The era of the Celts and their Druids, the Roman Empire, the birth of Christianity are some of the historical periods where Halloween has been transformed over time to reach America and become the holiday we know and understand today. In this video, we will go back thousands of years to reach the origin of Halloween. But first, you know what's scarier than spiderwebs? Scarier than sleeping on October 31st in a haunted house built over an old cemetery? Scarier even than Barney Stinson dressed as a demon? Well, most of the people who watch my videos haven't subscribed yet. It's free and very easy. You just have to click the button, activate the notifications to not miss our videos, and that's it. A small gesture that for me is a huge contribution. A way to motivate me to continue taking videos. Thank you very much. And now yes, let's start.
Yo.
What's up?
Halloween, the mythical legacy of the Celts. Its origin lies in the ancient Celtic festival of Samhain, which marked the end of the harvest period and the beginning of winter, a time of darkness and cold. During this night, it was believed that the veil between the world of the living and the world of the dead became thinner, allowing spirits to pass freely between the two planes. To protect themselves from the spirits and mythical beings that roamed the night, the Celts would light large bonfires and dress in costumes made of animal skins and heads, seeking to confuse and scare away supernatural entities. This ritual was not only a way to protect themselves, but also an opportunity to connect with departed ancestors and loved ones. The Celts also left offerings of food and drink at the doors of their homes to appease the spirits and ensure their protection during the coming year. In turn, the Druids, Celtic priests, performed rituals to communicate with the spirits and obtain advice and predictions for the future, on a night when all that was mundane and all that was magical met. Samhain was not only a day of awe, but also an opportunity for reflection and connection with the spirit world. It was a moment where the past, the present, and the future came together, creating a unique bridge between the visible and invisible worlds. Halloween, the Roman Empire. Although the Halloween holiday has its deepest roots in Celtic culture, it has also been strongly influenced by Roman traditions. During the expansion of the Roman Empire, Celtic and Roman festivities began to intertwine, giving rise to a rich amalgam of traditions that have survived to the present day. Let's take a look at how the Roman heritage has shaped this celebration. The ancient Romans celebrated a significant festival known as Lemuria, intended to honor and appease the spirits of the dead who could not find rest, especially those who had met tragic deaths. This festival consisted of apotropaic rites that extended over 3 days and nights, in which they sought to exorcise restless specters and prevent hauntings in their homes. According to Ovid, the Lemuria was established by Romulus to calm the spirit of his brother Remus. This event was filled with significant rituals. Vestals, for example, offered mola salsa, a rudimentary flour and salt cake created from the first ears of wheat of the season. Grain offerings were also common to satisfy the spirits and ensure their peaceful rest. Lemuria, a period marked by an ominous atmosphere, suspended any wedding celebrations, closed all temples, and was accompanied by continuous nocturnal noises created by banging large vessels or bronze cymbals. Over time, theories emerged linking this holiday to the conception of the modern Christian celebrations of All Saints' Day and All Souls' Day, established by Pope Boniface IV. However, scholars tend to view these claims as insufficiently substantiated, suggesting instead a more likely connection with Parentalia, another Roman holiday dedicated to honoring the dead. Over time, the holiday merged with a Roman festival honoring the goddess Pomona, the protector of fruits and gardens. She is credited with integrating apple-related elements into Halloween, giving rise to traditions such as bobbing for apples, where participants try to catch apples with their mouths from a bowl filled with water. Over the centuries, Halloween has acquired multiple influences, enriching its symbolism and practices. Roman traditions have brought cultural depth and diversity to the celebration, making it a festival that not only evokes fear and respect for the unknown, but also a celebration of the harvest and the cycles of nature, a legacy of an era in which the Romans venerated the land and its fruits. Halloween, the Christian adaptation of an ancestral tradition. As we delve into the history of Halloween and its connection with Christianity, we find the fusion of ancient pagan traditions with Christian beliefs, giving rise to the holiday we know today. As Christianity established and grew in Europe, there arose a need for the church to integrate pagan traditions, which had a deep presence in local cultures. Thus, in the 9th century, Pope Gregory IV made a strategic decision to move the celebration of All Saints' Day from May 13th to November 1st. This movement was not random. He chose a date that coincided with the Celtic holiday of Samhain, thus uniting ancient traditions with new Christian practices. Following this line, November 2nd was set aside to commemorate All Souls' Day, an occasion to remember and honor the souls of those who have left this world. This day, also known as the Day of the Dead, invites reflection and remembrance, maintaining a palpable connection with the ancient traditions of veneration of the dead and strengthening the unbreakable bond between the living and those who have already passed away. The night before All Saints' Day, known as All Hallows' Eve, began to take on its own characteristics. Over time, this eve became a day where some playful interaction with the theme of death and the supernatural was allowed, a reflection of its pagan origin. With the Christianization of the festival, the symbols also underwent a transformation. What were previously representations of spirits and ghosts merged with Christian iconography. This reinterpretation not only preserved many of the ancient traditions originating in Celtic and Roman culture, but also infused them with new meaning, enriching their value and reach. This is how Halloween has continued to evolve over the centuries, filled with traditions that overcome cultural and religious barriers, becoming a mosaic of beliefs and meanings that resonate beyond the borders of old and new traditions. Halloween in America, the fusion of traditions in a new world. In the traditions and cultures that make up American history, the evolution of Halloween represents a remarkable case of adaptation, integration, and rebirth. Moving to America, this holiday brought with it deep and ancient roots that would eventually merge with other traditions, giving rise to the celebration we know today. The first Halloween seeds arrived in America along with European settlers. Although the first manifestations of the holiday were more related to harvest traditions and did not explicitly carry the name Halloween, it would soon begin to take shape with the arrival of Irish and Scottish immigrants in the 19th century. The Great Irish Migration during the potato famine in the 1840s was a significant turning point. Irish immigrants brought Samhain traditions with them, fusing them with other local practices and traditions. This included the tradition of carving turnips into lanterns, a practice that would find its American evolution in pumpkin carving, giving rise to the iconic jack-o'-lanterns. As time went by, Halloween began to acquire a more commercial and recreational identity in America. New traditions emerged, such as Halloween parades, trick-or-treating, and the art of decorating homes and gardens with themed decorations. Halloween also gave rise to a new wave of iconography in the American context. Witches, ghosts, and vampires became central figures in his narrative, influenced by both European folklore and the cinematographic and literary productions of the time. With a rich history that spans from its Celtic roots to its modern celebration, Halloween has established itself as a night where fear, fun, and community come together, proving that even the scariest spirits can bring joy and unity. This celebration has become a true carnival of spookiness that unites people of all ages. The case of Halloween in America is a good example of how a holiday can be renewed and flourish through the fusion of diverse traditions. What began as a holiday with Celtic, Roman, and Christian roots has found a new home and a new identity in America, becoming an event that not only celebrates the supernatural, but also community, creativity, and fun. And speaking of community and fun, if you have come this far and you liked the video, give it a like, share it, but above all, comment what you thought of it, and suggest topics for future videos. For me, it is a great help.